This is The Top, where I interview entrepreneurs who are number one or number two in their industry in terms of revenue or customer base. You'll learn how much revenue they're making, what their marketing funnel looks like, and how many customers they have.
I'm now at $20,000 per talk.
5 and 6 million.
He is hell-bent on global domination.
We just broke our 100,000 units sold mark.
And I'm your host, Nathan Latka.
Okay, Top Tribe, this week's winner of the $100 is Dustin Goodwin. He's in the HR industry, specifically in the software as a service space, looking to increase his revenue. So congratulations, Dustin. For your guys' chance to win $100 every Monday on the show to build your idea, simply subscribe to the podcast on iTunes now, and then text the word Nathan to 33444. Again, text the word Nathan to 33444. Guys, if you want an easy tool to use to book your meetings back to back, to batch your calls, to make sure people actually show up when they schedule, you want to use Acuity Scheduling. It's what I use for all my podcast interviews at nathanlatka.com/schedule. I'll tell you more about how I use it later on in the episode. Nathan Latka here. This is episode 553. Coming up tomorrow morning, you'll learn from Eric Berman of Branded Ties. He's Jack Canfield's internet engine, and they did $4 million in 2015 revenue, on pace to do $5.2 in 2016. Good morning, folks. Nathan Latka here. Our guest today is Matt Ekstrom. He is one of the founders of Prospectify.io, and formerly he co-founded Hiring Solved. He's in charge of all things revenue for Prospectify, a promising funded sales intelligence platform. Matt, are you ready to take us to the top?
Sure am.
All right, man, give it to us. So what does Prospectify do, and how do you guys generate revenue?
So Prospectify is a B2B SaaS product for salespeople, particularly at the top of the funnel, that helps people prospect based on their ICP in a quicker way. Just helps them save time. And really our goal is, long-term is to be able to scale personalization from a sales standpoint.
And revenue model, how do you generate revenue?
Would generate revenue by, so far just using our product, but yeah, we're a month-to-month subscription, credit-based if you're doing the prospecting along with our upcoming company search.
Okay, and what is the, in our research, when our team was doing this, when we went to your pricing page, we kept getting a 404 error. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but what does your guys' pricing look like?
Oh, really? That's the first I heard of that. That's
you guys you have like a beautiful homepage, and then I click on pricing, and I click on the plans thing across the top. I'm like, what the hell's going on? It's 404, so I don't know what's going on.
Oh, that's weird. I'll have to check that out. But,
yeah, if your revenue's dropped in the past 2 days, that's why.
So it's $40 a month for 100 credits. Credits are verified email addresses, meaning we have a very, very high confidence level that it will not bounce. And we go all the way up to custom pricing and all that. But the ones you can buy on the site are $40, then $190, then $490, and then $975 per month. And
if we average that out, Matt, what's kind of the average customer paying you per month?
$352.
Okay, good. So you know that. You're tracking these numbers, huh?
Absolutely. We've been raising money, so
that's why you've got your funding deck right in front of you, right?
No, but I have those details memorized for sure.
Give us some of the history. What year did you launch the business in?
So we launched it this year in February of 2016. We did a short beta in January, but my co-founder and I really started working on it aggressively about November of last year, as far as building it.
And what is give us a sense of kind of traction now? How many customers are you working with?
We're up there. We have over 100 people using it daily. I haven't looked at the customer numbers in the last week. But to give you an idea, we have, about 100 people that we can count on being in the app on a daily basis.
Are those customers though, or are those free users?
Oh no, definitely. I'm only counting customers on that.
Okay, got it. So you have about 100 customers, and is it easy? I mean, can I just do $352 ARPU times 100 customers to get an MRR of about $35,000?
That would be users, not necessarily customers. So some of them have, multiple team members, but we're over, we're pretty well over 20K MRR.
Okay, but below 35?
Yes.
Okay, good. So you're between 20K and 35K. You're raising capital. Where are you based geography-wise?
Phoenix.
Oh, Phoenix. Interesting. What's the I mean, are you trying to raise from local angels, or are you going to the Valley or New York, or what?
For this round, we actually just closed our first round. It's not been made public yet, but it's local angels. It's $1 million round post.
There you go.
Money fund.
There you go, baby. Breaking news. A million raised. Sounds like you were going to say 4 million pre, 5 million post, right?
Yeah.
And that was an equity round, Matt?
Yes, it is.
Why did you decide to do an equity round instead of a convertible note up front?
I think it was just timing and what the local angel scene was more interested in, especially at that size.
Well, walk us through, because people are always curious, kind of the negotiations around the valuation, because it sounds like you're doing, call it 25 grand in MRR right now. So AR, what is that, 300K? So if you've got a 4 million pre-money valuation, I mean, that's a great, well, 10, 11X.
I'm sorry.
Can you hear me?
Let me correct you. Yeah, I can hear you. I'm sorry. Let me correct you. I meant to say 4 million post. So
post. Okay, so 3 million pre.
Yep.
Got it.
Yes, sorry about that.
That's still pretty healthy. I mean, you did a good job negotiating valuation if your goal is to maximize valuation. Well, what did you use besides revenue to kind of argue for a higher valuation?
Several things. Just the trajectory of it. Just the amount of growth month over month that we did. Really, we got to 20K MRR when it was just me and Noah, my co-founder. That was it, and we were overwhelmed at that point with customers and users on a daily basis, trying to do support, trying to do everything that a business needs to do, including continuing to scale growth. So I think they saw that, the fact that we hadn't put a dime into marketing other than using our own tool, eating our own dog food, so to speak. So I think a lot of that played into it.
So what would you do in Prospectify to get Prospectify customers? I imagine you had to put some inputs like B2B SaaS companies that just raised money with team sizes of X amount, and then to get the leads. What were some of those inputs you used?
Really, that's a very interesting question, because we're just about to launch our company search, which will include about 10 to 12 million companies starting in the U.S., where you can do that sort of hyper targeting on the type of company, which and then be able to prospect people on top of that. But no, we had to go without those sort of
so
very
one by one
specifics, I guess, so to speak. It was more using Google to really hyper target, certain individuals.
And give me an example of an individual you targeted.
I think we saw our most success, from an outbound standpoint, just looking for terms like sales hacker, things like that. But our customer base is pretty diverse, so we're really trying to still figure out, who our ideal customer profile really is.
Mm-hmm. Got it. What is
and I think it's changing. I'm sorry, with the company search that we're going to release, we're going to appeal to probably larger teams than we have in the past.
Anyone who's started paying you over the past 12 months stops paying you? Have you lost anybody?
Of course, yeah. I think every company does. It's less than 5% churn.
Annually or monthly?
But altogether, annually. But, most of them were, we had a couple of wealth advisors, as an example, that came in, bought our biggest package, prospected, got 5,000 people or so out of it, and then realized, I don't need to do this anymore. So not necessarily people we targeted, but word of mouth got around, hey, there's this new tool that will help you. And I think they got more than they bargained for.
How do you, Matt, I hear this come up all the time when I talk to Email Hunter, Twofer, any of these companies, Datanyze, Mattermark, Crunchbase. It's like people go in, they download they pay the one-time, month, they download a crap ton of data, they save in their Excel sheets, and they cancel. I haven't talked to anyone yet that's really figured out how to extend the lifetime values of these customers by doing things kind of over time that get them to keep paying. How are you going to solve that problem?
So in the not too distant future, especially with company search available, being able to keep people up to date. So we talked to a VP of sales at a recruiting company, that is really, really big company that I don't want to give away who it is, but anyway, he was super interested in us. It was the first time we really thought about it, but being able to use triggers and alerts for people that you've currently prospected or companies that you've prospected will help beyond the top of the funnel to the account executives and customer success people who are always looking for reasons to reach out and call or email their current customers. So I think that those types of things, being able to do that, being able to build that bilateral integrations with different CRMs. We do have 4 integrations already, but being able to get deeper into it and, put those alerts and those triggers in the places that they're living every day.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's one way. Yeah, I think it's one idea for sure.
What is a lot of people, I mean, if this business, this kind of B2B data lead business is very incestual, like everyone buys everybody else's data. Are you guys on top of Clearbit or Full Contact? Who are you on top of data source wise?
So early on, we would use some third-party providers.
Like which ones?
I don't know if I want to.
Well, I mean, they're out there, right? I mean, there's tons of them. Which ones did you use?
Well, I'd be lying if we said we didn't use Full Contact for sure on the people side, but really that was at a time when we were really trying to validate the concept, and we've now built our own proprietary crawlers that do the crawling. For instance, for our companies, as an example, our plan is to eventually get to the point where we're crawling every single company's pages, 15 pages deep or so, to look for things that have changed on a daily basis so that we can alert people in a very timely manner. I think we're at about 3 days right now.
What are your fixed costs per month to do that?
Spell the crawler. Well, I mean, we've got Amazon credits and Google credits, cloud credits, and things like that. So that aspect isn't. So I think
is this database intensive? I mean, is it thousands? Is it tens of thousands per month to execute a daily web crawler on every page online?
No, not at all. It's really just a matter of, the hosting, but we've got, like I said, credits with them, various hosting companies.
But you have to buy those credits, right?
No. We were, Amazon and Google will give startups, in certain cases, $100,000 worth of credits.
Where can my audience go to get access to that program?
Usually it's either investment from a certain VC or being in a certain accelerator, things like that.
How'd you get it?
Honestly, we went direct because, one of the teams at AWS, for instance, and Google, for that matter, were both interested in our product.
Using it as a customer or investing?
Customers. Sorry. Yeah.
Got it. So you said, we'll give you a free plan, but we want $100,000 in free credits.
It kind of worked out that way. That wasn't the intention of the various calls, but yeah, it ended up working that way.
Got it.
Yeah.
So before we wrap up, last 2 questions on unit economics. Do you have any sense in terms of lifetime value of your customers yet?
No, and I would be foolish to say based on our numbers that I could predict, because company search, we're going to completely remodel our pricing structure for that. So for instance, we're going to have a set monthly per seat license to our company search, and we'll extend, our plan is to extend unlimited credits on the prospecting side for anybody that has a seat with our company search.
Got it. And what's your current team size?
We just got to 4.
Nice. Good.
Yep.
That's not bad. So if you add up all the salaries, what are your fixed monthly headcount expenses now?
So we just added somebody, so I'm adding that.
Doing the math.
It's probably, think about probably averaging 29 or 30.
Okay. Yeah. So guys, that's a good benchmark, right? If you're kind of in the same range doing between, 25, 30K in MRR, maybe raised, 100,000 up to $1 million, they're doing about 30K in fixed headcount expenses per month. Matt, thanks for sharing that. That helps. All right, guys, I talked about this earlier, but I schedule like so many meetings that would blow your mind. I mean, all my podcast interviews, right? Hundreds of entrepreneurs I talk to monthly, I schedule. And you know what? I do it so efficiently. I get them all to agree to my calendar. So all the calls are back to back to back. That means I'm not switching in between tasks all day long. I get them to batch so that I can be very efficient. It's so critical. And I use a tool called Acuity Scheduling to do this at nathanlacka.com/schedule. It eliminates the back and forth between me and people I'm trying to meet with. It makes it very simple. And most importantly, they help me keep my no-show rate very low because they send out reminders. Helps you look very professional. So go to nathanlacka.com/schedule to sign up. And you get a great deal. You guys know this. I hit people hard. I make great deals. And Gavin, the CEO, has given us a great deal. If you sign up like normal people, okay, on their website, you only get a 14-day free trial. If you use my link, nathanlacka.com/schedule, you get 45 days free. Okay, it's the best. It's free. Go to nathanlacka.com/schedule right now to sign up, and I'll see you there. Let's wrap up with the famous 5. These are one-word answers. You ready?
I'm ready.
These are going to be like easy compared to what I've thrown at you. Okay. Number 1. What's your favorite business book?
I can't answer that in one word, but I would say Sales Acceleration Formula.
Number 2, is there a CEO you're following or studying right now?
Probably Gary Vaynerchuk, I guess, is who I'm mostly looking at this point.
Number 2, is there a CEO you're following or studying right now?
Gary Vaynerchuk.
Sorry. I just read the same thing. That was my bad. Favorite online. Favorite online tool.
Gosh, I would say besides Prospectify, I'd say it's Google, honestly.
What specifically though? I mean, give me a tool.
Well, I was going to say the Google search because it's so effective, but I could also say HubSpot for their Sales Pro has been really, really a pleasant surprise.
Okay, number 4, yes or no? Do you get 8 hours of sleep every night?
No.
And what's your situation? Married, single, do you have kids?
Married, 1 kid.
Nice. And how old are you?
34.
All right, so last question. Take us back 14 years. What do you wish your 20-year-old self knew?
I would have studied more about startups and being an entrepreneur.
What did you study instead?
Well, I went to school for business, but I was, I went into the corporate world at first.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Well, Top Tribe, there you have it from Matt Ekstrom. He would have studied startups and how they work earlier in life. They're currently serving 100 customers at Prospectify.io with a $352 ARPU, doing about $25,000 per month in monthly recurring revenue, 5% annual churn with their team of 4 based in Phoenix. They just completed their $1 million round of funding at a $3 million pre-money valuation, $5 million post-money. Matt Ekstrom, thank you for taking us to the top.
Thanks, Nathan. Appreciate it.
If you enjoyed Matt today, go back and listen to Greg Siegel yesterday. They've done $300,000 the last 12 months to help salespeople find the perfect gifts. Okay, Top Tribe, I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning. And don't forget, before you listen to any other episodes, subscribe on iTunes right now for your chance to win $100 every Monday.